What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing my preview of Manchester City's game against Chelsea in the Premier League, another big game. So before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. And also don't forget as well to get your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Finally, this video is sponsored and brought to you by BetMate. They're running a special Manchester City v Chelsea pot for this game worth £400, paying up to the top 25 places, £120 for the winner, and it is £5 to join. It's made up of just Manchester City v Chelsea only. If you use my code JSGC10 on sign up, you'll get £10 in free bets, and you can use them free bets to join this pot for free. You can select up to 6 players from each team for this pot. BetMate is a free app to download. The link is in the description. It is available to anybody who is aged 18 years old or over, and it is available in the UK only. There's lots of other available pots as well for you to go and check out, not just game pots. You've got things like both teams to score, full-time results, and more, with such big prizes to go and check out. It is a great app, so do go and check it out. Links and details there in the description. I will speak more about BetMate later in the video. Finally, if you are going to gamble, please remember to gamble responsibly, and when the fun stops, stop. So on to the match information for this game, taking place at the Etihad Stadium for Premier League match day number 25. City do have their game in hand on Tuesday night, to bear in mind for City to catch up to everybody else. This game taking place in the Premier League on Saturday 17th of February 2024 with a 5:30 PM GMT kickoff time. Game's been broadcast live on Sky Sports here in the UK. Anybody that is heading to the Etihad for this game, do enjoy yourself and do have a great time. So we're going to speak about our opponents then. Chelsea, formed in 1905, led by manager Mauricio Pochettino, currently find themselves 10th in their form, won their last 2 games, both away from home, in the FA Cup away at Aston Villa 3-1 in their 4th round replay, and they also beat Crystal Palace in their last Premier League game away from home by 3-1, which looks to have potentially lost Roy Hodgson his job. This is their 3rd consecutive away game for them. They did lose their last 2 games before winning their last 2 games. They lost against Wolves at home by 4-2 and losing away at Liverpool 4-1. Very inconsistent from Chelsea. We did draw, remember, in this fixture earlier in the season at Stamford Bridge in the return match, drawing 4-4 that evening. It was a great game that literally had it all. City, they're going to have to tighten up a little bit here. In terms of our goal scoring in that game, nothing wrong with it. Very clinical in front of goal. Defensively, though, City had a lot of vulnerability, so City need to try and tighten up here at the Etihad if we are to pick up the 3 points. So, looking at the danger men, Cole Palmer, we already know about him. Former Manchester City man, sold him in the summer to Chelsea for £40 million. We need to stop him. You stop him, you stop Chelsea as far as I'm concerned. He's in form, he's confident, he's got a point to prove, good with his feet, good in front of goal. He needs to be stopped. He is, in my opinion, Chelsea's most dangerous player. So try and cut off the supply to him. When he does have the ball, force him backwards. Don't let him past you. Take yellow cards if you need to take yellow cards. He's a good player. So Manchester City, they need to try and isolate him out of the game. Easier said than done, because Chelsea do have some quick players, in particular out wide. So I'm expecting for Jackson to be starting alongside Raheem Sterling to offer a little bit of pace to try and exploit Manchester City's high line. Conor Gallagher, Enzo Fernandez going through the middle as well. So there is quality there for Chelsea. It's just not being on display on a consistent basis, and coming to Manchester City and coming to the Etihad Stadium just isn't an ideal game for Chelsea. But Chelsea will be telling themselves if they can come to the Etihad and pluck out a result, pick up a win, they've got a catalyst there for them to try and propel themselves to push forward. But it's very Chelsea to then go into games where they are expected to win and end up dropping points, and it's very much been the story of their season. I look to Chelsea's defence. Thiago Silva potentially out of this game. No real experience. I think that defence is vulnerable. I think Manchester City can exploit Chelsea here. So to me, I'm not concerned about City scoring goals. I'm not concerned about City being clinical in front of goal. I'm just concerned about the defensive point of view for Manchester City. We need to cut out conceding goals, conceding silly goals, and allowing some of their most dangerous players into really good positions where they can have a shot and can score a goal. Hopefully City can take a little bit of confidence, obviously from their form, and try and just tighten up a little bit at the back. If they're thinking about going with the extra attacker, maybe just going with the extra midfielder, just to try and snuff out Chelsea's supply to their attack. Do that, you stop Chelsea. I'm confident City are always going to score at least a goal, maybe 2 goals, and just try and just keep it nice and tight. So hopefully this will be a good game. Could be a very interesting one. In terms of injury news for Chelsea, Wesley Fofana, he's out. Reece James, Badiashile, Lavia, Cucurella, all out of this game. Thiago Silva has a groin strain, more than likely missing this game as well. Robert Sanchez out of this game. There's lots of injuries there for Chelsea to be thinking about. So to me, they're vulnerable. Manchester City need to put them to the sword and try and pick up the win. So I'm expecting Chelsea to be lining up with a 4-3-3 formation. Petrovic starting in goal, Gusto going in at right back, Chilwell at left back, with Disasi and Colwill going as their 2 centre backs. As I said, I think that defence is vulnerable. Into midfield, Caicedo, Fernandez, Gallagher. It's getting better, getting into attack. Raheem Sterling on the right hand side, Jackson going on the left hand side, and Cole Palmer going through the middle. As I said, cut off the supply there to the quick players, cut off the supply to Cole Palmer, and all of a sudden Manchester City could have a relatively easy game on their hands, but it is easier said than done with how City like to play with that high line. Nothing's straightforward when it comes to Manchester City. So as I said, pace out wide, counter attacks, getting the ball to Cole Palmer and his feet. That's Chelsea's outlet into this game. If we can stop that, you stop Chelsea. For Manchester City, formed in 1894 as Manchester City, 1880 all the way back in 1880 as St Mark's, led by manager Pep Guardiola. Currently find ourselves second in the Premier League, 2 points behind Liverpool, level on points with Arsenal, now on the same goal difference. City are ahead of Arsenal on goals scored. Liverpool playing before us on Saturday in the early kick-off away at Brentford. Arsenal playing before us in the 3 p.m. kick-off away at Burnley. Massive games there, so if we can get any favours from Brentford and or Burnley, then that would be absolutely amazing from our point of view. We do have our game in hand at home against Brentford on Tuesday night at the Etihad. Remember though, Liverpool do play 24 hours later in a match against Luton, because Liverpool are playing in the Carabao Cup final, so Chelsea are opponents for today. So Manchester City won't be able to catch up to Liverpool and everybody else in the Premier League properly until next weekend. So some big games here. Chelsea at home, Brentford at home, Bournemouth away. That's our schedule for the next 7 days. Manchester City win all them games, we will be top of the table. Fact. So form, won 13 of our last 14 in all competitions, unbeaten in that spell as well, including winning our last game at home in the Premier League against Everton by 2-0, and we did win away on Tuesday night to FC Copenhagen in the Champions League 3-1. We do have dangers absolutely everywhere, but we do have some injuries as well. Kovacic returning from his injury could make the squad for this game. Josko Gvardiol, he's expected to be out for another 2 or 3 weeks with ankle ligament damage. Bernardo Silva took a big knock to his ankle, so more than likely he might make the squad, but he is probably not going to be starting in this game. Jack Grealish, he's out with a fine muscular injury, and he could well be out until after the international break. So it means Manchester City looking towards our bench. Players like Akanji, Nunes, Rico Lewis, Oscar Bobb. These are the senior options for Manchester City. Elsewhere, not really too much depth to City's squad, and we went from having a fully fit squad last week to all of a sudden this week looking stretched thin, and we've gone to playing every 3 to 4 days and huge games coming up. Not ideal, so hopefully we can stay injury free and pick up the win as well. That would be brilliant. So I'm going to pop up my team prediction now for this game. I'm going with Ederson to start in goal, Kyle Walker starting and my captain for this game. John Stones more than likely pushing forward into midfield alongside Ruben Dias and Ake going on the left hand side. Rodri in midfield alongside De Bruyne, and I'd personally go with Alvarez to try and exploit Chelsea's weak defence here. Phil Foden on the right wing, Jeremy Doku on the left wing, and Erling Haaland starting up top. As I said, there's options there for maybe finding a way for Akanji, maybe Nunes, Rico Lewis, Oscar Bobb. If we can't find space in the squad for this game, obviously you rotate and the the Brentford game, you'd see these players starting in that match. One last thing to note for Manchester City, Pep Guardiola is 1 yellow card away from a touchline ban. We have huge games coming up in March against Manchester United, against Liverpool, against Arsenal. We need Pep, so maybe just a tactical yellow card could be needed here, because you fancy that Brentford at home, or Bournemouth away, or a Luton away in the FA Cup. To me, these would be better games for Pep Guardiola to have a touchline ban for than a match at Anfield or against Manchester United or against Arsenal, in my opinion. So maybe just something to bear in mind. Now, on to my score prediction. I think this will be a much tighter affair. I think City will learn their lesson. So I think it'll be a pretty narrow game. I'm going for a very similar game to that we saw last weekend against Everton. I'm going with the same scoreline, 2-0 Manchester City, 2 second-half goals. I'm going for Phil Foden to score first and Kevin De Bruyne to score the second. He loves a goal against his former team, the revenge of Kevin De Bruyne. Now, on to my betting tips. Pep Guardiola, yellow card anytime. You heard it here first. Now, moving on to today's video sponsor, BetMate. £400 pot, £5 entry fee. Links and details there in the description. Remember, use code JSGC10 on sign up. Get yourself £10 in free bets. You use them free bets to join this pot for free. Select up to 6 players from each team for this pot. The pot code is FF-MCI-CHE. So my team then for BetMate, I've gone with Ederson in goal and Petrovic on the bench. My defenders are Kyle Walker and Ben Chilwell, my only representative of Chelsea. In my team with Disasi on the bench, I've got captain Kevin De Bruyne and Phil Foden, my vice-captain, in midfield with Enzo Fernandez on the bench. And I've got Alvarez and Haaland as my 2 attackers with Cole Palmer on the bench. Remember, BetMate's links and details, they are in the description. I will have my live watch-along link out this afternoon for you to set your reminders for. I will be live tomorrow, 5 p.m. GMT. So I will see you guys tomorrow night, Saturday night, for this game, big game. Next up for both sides, game in hand for Manchester City at the Etihad on Tuesday night in the Premier League against Brentford. Chelsea, they have their big EFL Cup final at Wembley, taking on Liverpool next weekend. So yeah, they have that to look forward to. So there we go. That has been the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, do leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Do get your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details, they're in the description. I will see you guys tomorrow for my live watch-along of this game. Remember, 5 p.m. GMT, I'll be live. I'll have the link out to that later on today to you and set your reminders for that. And I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.